I'm so thankful to be getting all of these opportunities to be invited into local working kitchens of businesses in the NI food sector. We really have some amazing and exciting small businesses that are growing fast here. I'm at Black Box Donuts today. I'm so excited because I'm going to go and meet the team. So let's go in and see them. So much for having me down to see your kitchens and everything. So how did it start?
So Black Box started back in, I think the idea for it started 2 years ago. Didn't really get around to making the actual shop up and everything until around, it was November time they started, and then they opened the shop on the 28th of February this year. And then sort of 3 weeks after opening, there's a big sort of buzz about it, and there's a new shop opening, everyone wants to come out and try it and see what this was. It was something different that hasn't really been in the town before. So everyone's going down for it. 3 weeks later, coronavirus hit, so shop went and shut down then basically. So only after having 3 weeks of business really, everything sort of went into lockdown like everybody else. And then sort of during lockdown, kind of thinking caps on, we're like, right, what can we do? So start doing deliveries. So then by doing the deliveries, we were able to reach people within a 20-mile radius of the actual shop. So that itself then, it just didn't really stop then. So the two guys who run it, Matthew and Darren, are just they're big into fun, they're big children at heart, so that was sort of I think the whole idea behind it. They wanted to create something fun that can sort of like just lift Newcastle a wee bit. They're both local men, so they want to kind of give back to the town that they grew up in.
Brilliant, perfect. So you're related, you're part of the family, the actual family of
Yes, so Darren, one of the part owners, is my uncle. So I studied marketing over in university in Liverpool, and he sort of said to me, like, do you want to run social media? And I was like, yeah, of course, like it'll just be like a bit of a do it on the side, like a couple of hours a week, like that'll be fine, I'll run the social media for him. It just blew up then, it just took a world of its own as soon as it hit social media, and it just, the excitement they had behind the brand came out on screen on people's phones and stuff. I could see new donuts coming out every week, and I sort of tried to help create a bit of a buzz behind that. So that's how I almost got roped into it, is just sort of the whole marketing behind it. And Darren kind of had an idea, he had the name in his head, he's like, Black Box Donuts, that's what I want to call it. And I was like, okay. So he's like, well, sort of like, how are we going to create a logo and everything? So I created the logo and everything for it, and the brand. And so when creating that sort of the whole brand itself, we wanted it to look like it's a global brand. So if we ever do, we're only in a small town now in Northern Ireland, but if we ever did expand,
franchise or something,
it's a brand that could be recognised all over the world, hopefully. Well, that was the aim. So that's sort of how I got roped into it. So Suzie, we're really big fans of all your creations and all your ideas, and I know the bakery is really excited to get you on board. So we've got an idea if you'd like to come join us in the kitchen.
Okay, excited. Super excited, about to go into the kitchens to meet Hugh to make a gigantic donut. Sadly, the kitchen with all its fans and fires is a little bit too noisy for my microphone, so I'm just going to talk through this bit. Hugh was very kind to walk me through an average day of preparing their amazing dough for their daily stock. Like any dough recipe, it needs to be kneaded, and then it needs to sit and prove before we can make anything with it. The dough they create is unique to their flavour and naturally creates a really fluffy and soft donut. Having made lots and lots of donuts in my time, it is amazing to work with their dough as it was so forgiving. You could literally do anything with it and it was still workable. impressed with their focus on avoiding food waste, something that is really close to my heart. But even more impressed that they sell out their donuts every single day and they change their flavours on a daily basis too. They can produce over 2,000 donuts in a day in the kitchen. It is just amazing. And I was always impressed with their giant rollers, their provers and their giant mixers. Sadly, my kitchen can't fit any of these in. Their fight against food waste even comes down to using the little middle parts of dough here from the donuts to make donut bites, which are so delicious. Here's just a selection of what was on offer today, but as I said, the flavours change every single day. As you could see, Hugh and I were experimenting with making a giant donut today, which was very much a trial and error exercise, home cooking at its finest. We had to try different sizes and different thicknesses of the dough, and then trying to negotiate their huge fryer was the next task. After several attempts and some very heavy duty gloves and a pizza paddle, we managed to make the perfect giant donut. The smell was just incredible in that kitchen. Now time for the giant donut to cool down for a bit. Otherwise all the toppings will just melt into it and it will be a gooey mess. We finally got the giant donut to work, but as you can see there was lots of trial and error. Today just wasn't about giant donuts, I got to make the original size ones as well. One of my favourite moments of the day, I got to learn how to properly glaze a donut, and obviously getting to eat it as well. It was delicious. So the top tip on how to get that glazed look is making sure your donuts are still piping hot when you are glazing them, and that's when the icing goes translucent and gets that signature look. Now the super fun part, I got complete free rein in their kitchen with all of their ingredients. I was like a big kid in a sweet shop, literally. I couldn't make my mind what to put on it, but I just decided let's put everything on it. So covered one side with white chocolate and the other side with milk chocolate, and I crammed in as many toppings that I could find. To do something special with one of their signature donuts, their chocolate hazelnut and caramel drizzle filled donut. We made 3 varying sizes and then stacked them on top of each other. This created a mini kind of birthday cake, and when it was the finished product, it just looked mouth-watering. giant donut left, so I thought, why not make an ode to Homer Simpson pink sprinkled donut. And you can see it looks pretty epic compared to the original beside it. I just want to thank Black Box Donuts for having me down for the day. I had so much fun. If you're in the area, go visit their shop in Newcastle. Their donuts, their coffee, their milkshakes are just divine, and let's keep supporting local.